Hi everyone, welcome to another video on the real estate spot. Today we'll be taking a look at how you can go about in searching for house on the real estate market, especially houses that are normally repossessed or listed as a private treaty. So remember to like, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So when I mention repossess or private treaty, these are homes that are normally, not homes, real estate, because it can be land or it can be house. These are houses or properties that the banks will normally take away from persons who will not be able or fall behind on their monthly payments. So the bank will list these properties on their website, or some bank will give institutions auction house to auction these properties. So sometimes you look in the paper and you see, for example, CD Alexandra will be having some property listed for auction. These are property that they would have taken away from persons and then they are now listed. These properties are normally lower than the cost that they will be on the normal market, because the bank is trying to recover the remainder of the loan that the person would have outstanding. So for example, on my screen now you're seeing NCB website. So on NCB website you can go and you will see a list of the properties. So you see reclaim listing. This is not an up-to-date list, but what can be done is you can ask a loan representative for a listing of the properties. But if you should go on it now and you click your properties, you'll be able to download an Excel document. I've already downloaded the Excel document. It will look like this. So you'll see a list of the properties. So you can search for the properties based on the parish that you're interested in. But we'll just take a glance at two. So this is a lot 9 in Clarendon and it shows you the volume number. And this is the market value. You use the market value as a way of making your offer because you have to make an offer to the financial institution, and the financial institution now will consider if they're interested in that offer or not. So you have both commercial and residential property. So looking at this one is in St. Elizabeth. It's a residential lot, or yes, a land part of Lettuce, St. Elizabeth, and it give you the volume number and the market value. For example, is 6.5 million, and it gives you a description of the building. So this description is a single story residential building, the square feet of the property, and it consists of a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single car garage, veranda, and so forth. And it tells you where the property is located, and it tells you the location of the property, the description of the property to be exact, a contact for the NCB recovery unit, and the MLS number. The MLS number is what, for example, when you call the NCB recovery unit or any other institution, you will give them that number for them to easily find the property. That is basically the reference number for the property. So you have a wide range of listing of various properties. Some of these might be gone. As I said, this is not an up-to-date list, but you can contact the financial institution and you will get the listing. So they have an agricultural land as well. So it's a wide range of property that you will be able to inquire about, and in various parishes. So they say the properties listed above are being sold in their present condition as is. So things to note also when they say as is that sometimes persons might be living in a property and you'd have to more than likely be the one to get the person out, or sometimes you're not able to see on the inside of the property, or for example inside of the dwelling. So you might be seeing us on the outside, but you're not able to see on the inside. So in Jamaican term, they will say by puss in a bag. But as I said, it is a risk, but it can be a rewarding risk, because especially if you're buying something in a well-developed community, for example, a scheme, you will know that more than likely the inside of the dwelling will be kept to a good condition. But as I said, they say as is, so a possibility is that inside might not be all that perfect, but as I said, it's just a risk. So they say that you place a bid, so you send an electronic a bid offer to the, for example, the NCB property bids, and place it, or you place in a sealed envelope and you address it. So you go through, as I said, this is not an up-to-date list. So for example, you can contact a real estate, a loan rep from the NCB. So this one is just an NCB list. We have multiple, most financial institution has. For example, this is the NCB one. So the NCB one is a website. Sorry, the JN Bank one. So the JN Bank one is a website, and you can do a search based on the location that you're interested in, St. Elizabeth, St. James, wherever. The type, so if you're looking for an apartment, a house, a vacant lot, but you can go through it. So for example, you go through it, as I said, as is. So for example, this one, 6 million in St. James, is an unfurnished building, and it tell you when it was listed, March 2nd, 2021, and it gives you some images of the property and how it is. All right, go back, and it gives you a wide range of various properties, and it gives you the private treaty cost. So basically, this is a cost. You would say, what I would say is that even if it's a 16.5 million, for example, for this one in Trelawney, you might put a bid for 17, because this is just a price that they are willing to start at. But it is varies, so you have abandoned building, you have apartments, lots, and it gives you a price. So you can use this as a tool to find properties normally cheaper than is what on the market normally. But as I said, it is a property that is sold as is. So it's exactly like how you see it. So I will click on one, and you might notice that they are not showing on the inside. Or let I go back up the one I saw in Trelawney. Maybe this one in Manchester. So most time the pictures are just on the outside. Just on the outside you will see the pictures of the property. So you see, they are showing us the outside, they are not showing the inside. Because as I said, as is. But they will just give you a brief description of the property. The lot size, the house size of the building. And they will give you a description of where you can get to it and so forth. But most time you can't see on the inside. So you're going with all faith that inside is not in a bad condition, and you're able to either fix it up, not a lot of work, or inside is of good condition. But this is an example of one in Trelawney. Most financial institutions, you can either call a rep and request it, or you can go on the website and look for what this is. So for example, JN Bank uses a credit service. So it's kind of let's say now, auction house, or for example a bailiff company. So they will repossess the property, and then they are the one that will sell it on, for example, JN Bank's behalf. So most financial institution as a website or a listing that you can look at and find out. I will do the same for Sagicor. I'm just giving you an idea of, and I will leave the links directly to this section of the website in the description below for the ones that I can find. So for example, now we look at this is vehicles, because they also repossess vehicles as well. And this is a property. So for example, Sagicor gives the names of persons who you can contact. So they have a rep that you can contact via email or phone for their assistance or preview. All right, so this is a listing. So this one's for Sagicor is as at February 28, 2021. So pretty current. So it shows you, as I said, it shows you the listing. So these are listings in Clarendon, and you see the residential lots, for example, Strata 10, Lot 2, parts of East Clarendon. This is a commercial building, and it tells you the value, the price that they will be starting at, are basically the value of the property. You can, I would say, if you are interested in placing a bid, you place a bid above the value of the property or equal to the value of the property, depending on what you're looking for. And if you go through the description and see that it works purchasing. But as I said, they have a wide range. This is Manchester, St. Andrew. You know, Kingston would be a very hard find in some of these, but you will find. So for example, St. Andrew, this is lot number 2, Norbrook Heights, land part of Constant Spring Estate residential lot. And they're asking for $18.5 million for this lot. So it's approximately 2 acres. And they tell you the description. This holding is located approximately 3.5 kilometers north of the intersection of Hill Road and Norbrook Road. So pretty good way you can go about and finding houses, lots. You can find commercial building as well that I can invest in. It's a good way of investing. You might have to do a little work, fix it up, so forth, but not that amount of money spent if you should go and purchase on the wider open market. Because as I said, they are just looking for ways of recovering back funds that were owing when they repossess the property from the person or the company, because it can be an individual and it can be a company as well. So you can go through and see if the properties interest you. And as I said, if even sometime in the Gleaner, you will see the various auction houses will have their annual auction. Same way like how they do it for vehicles. So you put in your bid or you make an offer to them based on what you would have seen in the paper. They might have a viewing, or sometime, well, COVID now, they might be doing it more electronically. So they might send you some images and you compile the various documents that they would need, because they would have specified in the various documents. So more than likely your name, ID, TRN, maybe they ask you for place of employment, or they will ask you to provide source of funds, where you get the funds from, and then you put forth your offer to them. So as I said, most financial institutions, I'm just giving you some examples of how you can go about in searching. The NHT also provides for private bidding, private treaty as well. So if you go on their website, you can view the properties that they would have on their website. So parish, for example, Clarendon, and you can say houses, show property, and it gives you a listing of the properties. So you search for where you want to search. I'm not sure if the NHT one is current, up to date, but as I said, you can contact a rep just the same and ask them about it. For example, so these are saying added 2011, and they're asking you to make an offer. You can say view all properties. So you can view all properties on the system. You can view by parish. Just go for St. Catherine example. So they're showing some Eltham Meadows. So this one was added very recent, posted the 5th. So this one is posted in February 5th. This one is in Eltham. Property number 10.5 million, Eltham Meadows. And as I said, they normally just show you the outside of the property, not see the inside. just the outside. So they will give you just a description of the location, the unit type, the bedrooms, bathroom, kitchen, the land that the property is on, and the building size, and the folio and the volume number. And you contact the relevant persons, make an offer. So there's a view information about placing a bid. So you can, so the NHG is telling you how you can go about in, how can you apply to purchase. So let us see other things that you can apply. So the following person are not allowed to bid. So most time family members of the institution or the staff members are not allowed to bid on these properties. So you visit the property of choice to determine its external condition and if it is suitable location. If you're interested in purchasing the property, you can either complete this bid form, the bid letter, or write a letter referred to as a bid, which must include, so there's some of the things that you should include if you're writing the letter is address of the property, specific amount being offered to purchase, full name, mailing address, and telephone contact, state whether you will be purchasing the property with cash or by getting a loan from a financial institution. Also should that ensure that your bidder letter is signed and dated by yourself. So they give you a listing of what you will need. It's a state how much you are offering NHG for the property. Do not state a range for your offer. For example, 1.5 million to 2 million. So you don't give a range, give an exact figure. So say you want your offer is 3.5 million. So you give a specific offer. Don't give a range. And then you need to attach the following. So proof of required deposit, because more than likely they will require a deposit for the property. Normally, if I think it is working off how a vehicle auction would work is that a vehicle auction, if yours should be selected, for example, you would have to pay a deposit, maybe 10 or 5% deposit. And therefore now, after that, now when your offer is selected, I guess a way of them asking for proof of the deposit, they want to see how serious you are. Because they don't want it to say that, all right, I'm going to select your bid. And then now when they require the deposit right away, you don't have that deposit. Because the deposit is a way of securing the bid. And then now they will give you, for example, 14 days or 30 days to come up with the remainder or show proof. So for example, if it's cash, you know you will have the cash right away. If it's a loan, you know you'll have to go to the financial institution and apply and so forth. And an approval time is normally a week or two for a loan, a mortgage, from once you have the necessary documents. So that's why it's always good if you're looking to purchase a home. Always seek out how much you're eligible from the NHT, how much you can get from a financial institution, that you have an idea that how much you can afford. That's when you go now, for example, in this situation, make an offer within your budget. You will have already have an idea. Maybe you would have already is dealing with an rep. So the rep will have already have your information, and you just go right away and just start the process. And then a mortgage, they would maybe like to see an approval or a commitment or undertaking letter. So this is a way of showing ways of how you can. So this one is from the NHT website. So as I said, you can go through them, look on the various websites, contact any rep, ask a rep if they have any properties that is repossessed that they want to that they are selling, and then you can able to put in a bid and see how that goes. So this is Centan, and for example, NHG shows a price point, that asking price. So NHG is having an asking price for it. So for example, for this property in Lidford scheme, the asking price is 9 million. So maybe you can bid and say, all right, now I can go 9.5. So you put through your bid. Normally up it from the asking price that you stand a better chance of being selected. It is a good idea to do. So check out this way of um, home ownership. As I said, normally it's a risk because you're not sure how the inside of the property is. You're just looking on the outside part of the property. So you're just taking a risk to say, all right, or you can just put that risk in your budget. Inside might not be what I want, but I can fix it up to what I want. So good way of looking to see if this route is a route to home ownership, because now we know that it's a very competitive market. So any way you can find to go about to acquire a home, or even not a home, you can do a land and build. Anyway you can go about, find the ways that is suitable for you and that will work on your budget and what you're interested in, and go that route and see if that is the route for you. This might not be the route for persons, but this can be a route for someone. So I hope that the information was informative to you, and you will follow any link I sent in the description. I will put in the links in the description. You can go to it, follow it, read up on it. You can read up about how to make a successful bid, and see if that is a route that you can take to acquire a property, and then you go from there. Because as I said, real estate is, if not something that is the only asset that you can find now that will really appreciate over time. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and look out for another video soon.